Well, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, basically because not an awful lot's happened in the workshop. I'm still spending an hour or so every night trying to fix this Tektronix scope. It's become a bit of it's not a chore anymore actually. I just desperately trying to find the problem with it, and I think we possibly narrowed it down, though I can't be sure, to the CCD devices. Now, I have swapped the CCD devices round because this is the channel 1 and channel 2, but it looks like they could possibly both be faulty. Now, I still don't know that, and we're going through and I've been changing various bits and pieces, but I've also managed to do more damage to it when I was working on it a couple of weeks ago. I managed to short out one of the transistors that supplies the power for the these are the gain cells. They call these the gain cells for the various channels. So I've shorted out channel 2. And the first time I noticed that was I realised that when I looked on the scope, channel 2 was not on the trace anymore. Anyway, I spotted that the transistor was all twisted up, so I replaced the transistor with the correct type. Finally got the voltage back up, but it's still channel 2 is still not on the scope. And I went through and checked all these transistors, and this transistor here, this is a 2N2222 at the moment. That had blown. It was the original transistor was what was it? Oh, it was an MPS 2369, which is the same as a 2N2369 switching transistor. NPN, nothing particularly flashy about it. So I patched that in to try and get channel 2 working again, and channel 2 is still not working. And these are quite complicated to get your head round. This is the transistor, the 2N2222 that you saw just now. That transistor was shorted. So basically that pulls the collector of this transistor to ground and puts current through these two transistors here. Now when I replace this transistor, even though these transistors I've only checked in circuit, they look okay. It's hard to tell because we've got this diode here as well, which makes things a bit awkward to find. I've got a nice strong, I've got a negative going pulse, which is correct on this side of R70, was it 777? And a good signal there. As soon as I connect that transistor, this point here just goes high by about a volt, and we get no switching on the output of the collector. Now on the other channel, as you see here, it works absolutely fine. If you connect that transistor up there, you've got the switching signal there. You've got, see, this 108 shows you the reference in the service manual, and you get the correct signal here, but not on this unit. Now, as I say, I've checked the transistors in circuit, and they appear to be okay. But I can't see what else it can be. Connecting a transistor up, and it loses drive on the base, and there's nothing on this side of the resistor here, and then on the other side it's fine. So there's excessive load being pulled from here, or it might be just I'm using the wrong transistor, but I can't believe that. We're switching I think it's a 500 kilohertz or 250 kilohertz negative going pulse, and I'm not getting anything on here. So if I can get this going, this should get me back to the stage where I was before, when I had no performance out of the scope above a certain time base. That's when it goes into when it starts using the CCD devices. It doesn't actually use those at a lower frequency. I think it just bypasses them. And as I say, if I get it working, great. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. But it's just it's saving me money because I'm not buying new projects all the time, because I'm just sort of, apart from the sort of odd devices I'm replacing, like the chips, and I bought a few spare parts for the like these are the peak detectors, and I haven't bought any CCDs yet. They're more expensive, and I'm a bit loath to start replacing any more parts if I don't think I can get this going. I've replaced these two chips here. They're quite readily available, but they're not cheap. Still haven't gone anywhere with it. So that's basically where I am at the moment, still battling along with the scope. And I see someone else. There was another scope actually on eBay was it last week? No, it might have been the week before now. Exactly the same error codes come up on the screen. You know, after 7,000, all the things fail, and there's loads of these scopes out there now with this same fault, and yet no one seems to know what the fault is. Now, there must be someone out there who's repaired them. You know, people who know what they're doing a bit better than I do must have narrowed it down. Now I know that you'll see that the CCD fails. Yeah, maybe. But really, both of them together, I don't know. So that's where we are. I'm waiting for some new transistors. I've ordered the correct transistors for the NPN and the PNP ones. Now the PNP ones are a weird number, but I've got those ordered and they're coming. So what I'll do is I'll just replace the whole lot there, and that should have, because this is the point that shorted, that would take that sort of doubt out of my mind. I've checked all the voltages around here, all around. These are the CCD cells here and here. They're all fine. They compare with the other channel, but I just can't get it on the trace. Funnily enough, if I remove this transistor here, I get channel 2 back on the scope for some reason, but channel 1 vanishes. So this obviously is like a balancing act across this point here. This is where the you see this line comes out here, and that goes off to the digital processing part just over here. So all the data is transferred through on this this lead here. One's got a reference voltage on it, and the other one's got the multiplex data on it. So basically, it's switching between channel 1 and channel 2 all the time. Looking at the data, that's what it seems to me. So bear with me. I want to spend a bit more time on this, and anyone's got any ideas, that's good. But thanks for watching, and eventually more to come.